Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Joshua with A Ways Away. It's been a couple of days, if not a week or more, since I've got on the podcast and, oh, I don't know, read some stuff, maybe given my opinion on it, or complained, or made you laugh, or bitched about it, or whatever it is. Couple things, I guess. Let's have some conversations here. Let's have a conversation. Obviously, it's a one-sided conversation because I can't hear you. But you could always friend or follow or send an email or whatever it is. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, etc., etc. Let's just jump into it. Controversial NFL star, Jameis Winston. Nike's not going to renew his contract. What a surprise. And, of course, they'll say, oh, we made this decision before he got in any kind of trouble where he was groping a female Uber driver in Arizona back in 2016. So it says, sources told reporters that Darren Ravel and Seth Wickersham shared that Winston's deal expired before the NFL announced that Winston will be suspended for the first 3 games. All on a part of an agreement that Jameis Winston made with this female driver. And, if you make an agreement outside of where everybody can find out about it, to me, that's an admission of guilt. So this would be the second such accusation in his young adult life. Hopefully he's not really doing these things. Hopefully, I don't want anybody to do that is what I'm getting at. I don't want a woman to have to go through something like that when it's not warranted, not asked, not wanted, not deserved. But if he is, he needs to quit now because he's going to get himself in trouble. But then it makes me wonder, as always, you got money, you're a star. So someone's going to protect you. Someone's going to stop you from getting in any kind of trouble. We'll just sweep this under the rug. There are people whose jobs it is, including attorneys, to get rid of things like this. And that's bullshit. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much of a star you are. I don't care if you play for a team, if you're in politics, if you're a real estate developer, if you're a whatever. It doesn't matter. You just can't do it. So if you're a bad person guilty of doing some things, then quit or go to jail. You can't just walk around doing what you want to do. This isn't the fucking Purge movie. You can't just, it's just my day, I'm drunk. And he says he stopped drinking. So if that's what has created his issues, and if he decided, hey, I can't do that, it's, I got to mature, great, good. I hope you do. I really do. But I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on that, except for, Nike says, hey, we're not going to sponsor him. But I'm just curious, Nike. I'm pretty sure there's probably some, worse athletes that have done, worse things. Maybe you shouldn't be sponsoring them as well. That's kind of here's my thing. I'm not a professional athlete, okay? But I've always made this statement. Zero tolerance. Zero tolerance. You're a professional athlete. It doesn't matter what your skill level is. You have a great skill level. Okay. You also have to be a great person. There are young kids growing up watching you, wanting to be like you, trying to become the next superstar. I get it. They're young. They come into the professional sports and, in their 20s. So we're still kids. So how about we have people, and I'm sure there are, but let's do better if there are. Or let's get more. Some life coaching. A couple of people who are dedicated to saying, hey, you got to spend an hour a week or whatever, and here's what your goals are supposed to be. Volunteer in your local hospitals or, at a Shriners or, at the Ronald McDonald House, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you believe at a young age that you'd be passionate about. But when I say zero tolerance, I mean if you are a multi-millionaire professional athlete and you are out with some friends and you have been drinking and you go to a club and you get into a confrontation and you pull out a pistol and you start firing some shots and you're found guilty or you're found to be having that in your possession and doing those things, no more professional sports for you, period. Get the hell out. Go away. No matter whether you have a contract or not, put in that contract, if you do something stupid, 0 tolerance. But of course, they got these unions. They have to have the right to work. You have to have the right to be a professional athlete. So you have these contracts, these player unions, and yeah. Okay, it's ridiculous. I just feel like they need to be, if you're a pro, be a pro in all aspects. All aspects of life. Not just on the field, but off the field. Act like a decent human being. Know that there are people, millions of people, paying a lot of money to be able to pay your salary to watch you play a game. It's fun. I like the game. I want to watch it too. But stop acting like an ass. If you do something stupid and you're found to be doing something stupid, you're done. 0 tolerance. And then some people might say, well, what about forgiveness? And what about coaching? What about teaching? Okay. Okay, sure. So then they're suspended, not for 3 games, but for an entire year or 2. And that whole time they have to be in certain classes. I mean, if I break the law, if I steal a Snickers bar from a fucking Walgreens, guess what? I'm on probation for a year. I got to pay a fine, right? I don't just get suspended for 3 days from my job. Hey, sir, listen, that Mars bar you took, yeah? Well, we talked to your employer, and you're going to have 3 days without pay. You're going to miss the first 3 days of the next coming week. Oh, please, no. Please don't take that away from me. No, don't take 3 days of my job from me. If it's different. Yeah, I get it. You're an athlete. You want to be able to go out there and you want to be able to compete. You want to be able to have fun. It's a game you've been playing your whole life. But really, 3 days? You groped a woman's leg while she was driving an Uber because you were drunk and you just thought you could just reach over there and grab a handful of thigh, and that's okay? And she says it's not okay, and then for the longest time it's no, I didn't. Yes, he did. No, I didn't. Yes, he did. Taking you to court. No, you're not. Yes, I am. Go to court. Found to be, I don't know, guilty, but, there's no admission of guilt. It's just, sorry. Settle out of court. And I did read that the same woman that is in Arizona that did, in fact, get her thigh grabbed by him, reached out to the same attorney of the girl from Florida State. Now, everybody was talking about this when they recruited him as a rookie. Everybody. It was all over ESPN. Do you take the risk? Should any team take the risk to take this young man because of his accusations of what's been going on at Florida State University? Do you take the risk? And guess what? Someone took the risk. And guess what? Something else happened. And guess what? Seems like he got away with it again. So you're going to give me a 3-day suspension? And that's enough? Yeah, that taught me my lesson. I promise I will never grab another woman when she doesn't want me to ever again, because I really want to miss, and I really don't want to miss those first 3 days of football. Fuck that. 0 tolerance. Get them out of there for a year or 2. Get them off the team. I mean, Nike says, hey, I'm not going to renew your contract. You don't get Nikes anymore. So who's the next one's going to come in? Here's the conversation again. Reebok, Adidas, Extreme, they're all in their little conference rooms having the little focus group meetings saying, do we take the risk on this guy? Do we take the risk? What if he really is not drinking anymore? Maybe we should go ahead and take the risk. It's going to make us a lot of money if he ends up buying if people end up buying our product because he wears it. Okay, so then, great. What do we got to look forward to? We got a couple of young kids growing up, watching him there, wanting to be quarterbacks that get to be able to wear Adidas while groping women when they don't want to. Sounds great. Great plan. Yeah. Yeah, all right, so moving away from that. What do you got? Well, you're showing me something. What is that? What do you see?
It's a report from China.
A report from China that says what? Let me see it. What is it?
Police pull over a van that's driving erratically.
Police pull over a van driving erratically in China. And they kung fu the shit out of him.
No, when they stop the van.
Uh-huh. They stop the van.
And go to the driver's side of the window and tell everybody they have to get out. There are 40 clowns.
40 clowns in a van. How big is the van? Like a minivan?
Same size as like a Chevy Astro.
Are they Chinese clowns?
Japanese clowns.
In China?
Yes.
Okay. So the police pull over a van in China, and in the van are 40 Japanese clowns. What'd they pull them over for? Erratic driving?
Yeah.
So it had to be a prank. Like, they wanted to get pulled over.
There were so many people in the van that they kept hitting the driver, hitting the seat or whatever, because they were too crammed in there. Which made them like...
All right. That's something I'll probably look into a little bit later. That sounds kind of funny. 40 Japanese clowns pulled over in China because driving erratically in their van. What, did they give out some citations?
It doesn't.
Any tickets?
It doesn't say.
Bunch of drunken, drinking, and driving clowns going to the next birthday party. It's kind of like a clown pickup service, like an Uber, but for clowns in China. I mean, can anybody come up with a quick, funny name for that? Any puns out there? Come on, quickly. Quickly. Yeah, drunken clowns going to the next birthday party. All right, let me see that. Let me see the report. Maybe I can find something that's good with it. According to the state newspaper, an argument broke out at one of the big box stores, free sample tables. A 70-year-old man was waiting for his complimentary bite-sized chunk of cheese when a second senior citizen, a 72-year-old man, in a Hawaiian shirt. What's that got to do with anything? Great reporting. Who's this? What's this report? Who's this by? The Huffington Post. What a great story this is. When a second senior citizen, a 72-year-old man in a Hawaiian shirt, don't forget that the first man was just wearing a T-shirt, cut him off, cut ahead of him, snatched the cheese out of his hand, and just walked off. Shortly thereafter, the 70-year-old man was waiting for a cheeseburger sample at another stand when Hawaiian shirt man, as they're continuing to call him, approached, still mad about the first encounter. What? How could he still be mad? He's the one that took the cheese and ran away, so he's just picking on this guy. Okay, so Hawaiian shirt man approached, still fuming about the first encounter. The 70-year-old told the other senior citizen that he could get in front of him because he knew he would just cut the line anyway. So there's more to this story, as always. So anyway, angry words were exchanged. I wonder what kind of words 70-year-old, you son of a... I can, imagine these 70-year-old men are talking about and cussing each other out. So apparently, 72-year-old man just slaps the shit out of him. So he wanted that cheeseburger free sample at his local Costco, apparently. Yeah, that was worth it. He had me walk away. Give me that goddamn cheeseburger, you son of a bitch. Pow! That's great. I wish I could have been there to see that. That's something I would like to have on video. That's definitely one of those things you get on video and keep and share with the world and say, look at this. This is great. Hawaiian shirt man, 72 years old, slaps the shit out of a 70-year-old other guy just waiting in line, minding his own business. Sounds like he had a problem. Man, what time of the day was it? Like 6 a.m.?
It doesn't say.
He's had some Scotch whiskey at 4:30 after reading his Wall Street Journal.
Hungry.
Pissed off. He just lost a bunch of stock. Who knows? All right, Hawaii. In Oahu, a judge evicts some nudists out of a rental home. And they're mad about it. It's their religion to be naked. I'm a naturalist. This is my religion. I have a right to be nude. I also apparently, so some of the problems that have happened, loud parties, a website that was opened up a business for some swingers, and burning of cars in the front yard. That's great. It's like so they're reenacting, like they're probably watching football, some soccer maybe, and they're excited now. They're jumping on cars and burning cars. Swingers, they're doing some nude yoga. Multiple violations, multiple disturbances. Running a business out of the home. Neighbors complained. Had to go all the way to court. They couldn't just evict them. What kind of laws do you have in Hawaii where if I have a naturalist, nudist, swinger making all kinds of noise disturbances, many different violations through the city ordinances apparently in Oahu, or on Oahu, and where on Oahu though? Doesn't say. Wow, what kind of... I'm going to go there. I don't live there. Apparently you can do whatever you want. Hello website for some swinger action? Wow. Yeah, that's not too exciting. So yeah, some naked nudist people in Hawaii, I almost said Florida. It would fit here too, though, I'm pretty sure. In Hawaii got evicted. Yeah. And they're mad about it. They should be able to be naked. Don't go be naked then. Go in the woods. If you're a naturalist, prove it. Take your naked ass out in the woods. Go out there and be as naked as you want to. Go out there with this, I don't know. Where are the damn redwoods at? Is that in the state of Washington?